Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. Now, apologies, there was no videos last week. I went away the weekend of round 3, and by the time I got back late on the Monday night, I was knackered. Like, I drove 10 hours that day to get home, and I just crashed. And by the time I got to Tuesday, there was really no point making a video, so I thought I'd just skip the whole week, and then I didn't have time for a trade video later in the week either, unfortunately. So, yeah, hopefully I'll get one out this week, but it was a pretty good week. Jumped up, 3,617 spots, so about 12,000 overall now. And the week before, where I didn't make the video, I think I jumped up about 16,000 spots. So considering that I was ranked 48,000 in round 1, it's been a complete upward trend. So yeah, even though this isn't like an amazing score or amazing rank or anything, everything it's heading in that upward trend. So yeah, really happy with that so far. What are we, round 4? So yeah, the best 18 is over now, and that's the other thing, I guess. It's hard to climb in the best 18 rounds because it kind of compresses everything, but yeah, it should open up now, and I should be able to hopefully make up some ground. So we'll get into the team, and if I can remember, I'll discuss what I did last week for trades, and then yeah, this week, and maybe even what I might do for next week's trades. So yeah, 1,969 this week. Last week was 1,970. So at least it's consistent, if nothing else. But I don't feel like I left too many points on the table this week, except for maybe with the captaincy, which is just my luck. Like, McRae's been going absolutely nuts, and this is the week that him and Zorko decide to have a down week. Just shows how good McRae has been this year, though, when, 100 is a down week for him. But yeah, I'll start in the back line. So Zorko was disappointing, expecting a huge score against Richmond there, which is why I had the VC on him. The 94, any other week, that's not too bad. But yeah, this was definitely an opportunity wasted. Now, Whitfield came in this week, so originally what I was going to do, if anyone watched my last video, the plan for coming into round 4 was to get rid of Power Pepper and bring in Baz, and then short down to Bice. Now, I messed that up a bit there because I didn't end up doing it. So what I did actually do to get Whitfield in, so Whitfield come in for short. I got rid of Horn Francis for Baz. Now, that hurt a little in the short term, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And I got rid of Hewitt because I think he's essentially dead. That's the West Coast Hewitt. But yeah, I got rid of him for Moraes. So that wasn't the greatest short-term gain there with Moraes, but I'm sure that will be fine as well. But yeah, so essentially it was, if we're talking like scoring players and like primos and stuff, it was Horn Francis and Short out for Whitfield and Baz. So I think in the long term, like, I'm going to be better off. Even this week, like, Whitfield and Smith, they outscored the two that I traded out combined. So that's okay. I'm not too worried. Like, it did hurt watching Horn Francis finally turn it on. He looked amazing, and yeah, he went big. But yeah, I'm not too worried. I think that's the thing this year in Supercoach is, like, you watch a player on one line and they'll have a really big game. You'll see a lot of people saying, oh, season over, stuff like that, if you don't own that player. But what you got to realise is that you're going to have another player on another line. Like, if you don't have that expensive player, there's going to be another expensive player on another line. It's just, it matters how your structure is, really. So I don't believe any of that crap. But yeah, we'll get back to the team. So Whitfield obviously was big against West Coast, as you'd expect him to be. I toyed with the idea of putting the captaincy on him, but just looking at his recent history against West Coast, they weren't exactly sealing games. So, yeah, I thought McRae was the better option. But, what can you do? You make the educated guess, and sometimes it's wrong. It could have been a whole lot worse. I saw some people straight captain Zorko, so, yeah. Yeah, loss of 48 points there, but whatever. Just happy to have Whitfield. He's got a hell of a run coming up, so yeah, it's nice to just have him just, set and forget kind of thing. Him and Zorko, Sheasel should be top 6 as well. So speaking of Sheasel, I didn't see this game, but apparently he went back to half back. So that's why we see that 144, because his role before that wasn't exactly the best Supercoach role. We know he scored in it last year or late last year, but I think the way the Kangaroos are playing, it's a bit different. It looks like they're actually trying to win games and stuff now. So yeah, that that chip game and stuff is kind of gone, and get the ball to Sheasel at all costs. That's gone. So yeah, if Clarko could keep him at half back, he'll easily be top 3. So yeah, good return there. Glad I held, and I feel bad for the people that did get rid of him. Yeah, you could easily say like, well, you got rid of Horne-Francis, but yeah, you got to take every pick on its merits, I think, and there was plenty there to suggest that Horne-Francis probably isn't going to be a top 6, and going down to Baz, I think it's a no-brainer. Even though Horne-Francis got the 150, there's no reason why he won't go back to the form that he has been in for the next 3 weeks after that. So yeah, I won't spend too much time on Horne-Francis. He's not on the team anymore, but Clark was consistent again, 101. He looks like he's ready to explode and have a really big game, but it feels like every time he starts to get there, like he'll start to score really, really well. Yeah, he'll just sort of drop off. Yeah, I can't complain though. Like, this is what I got him for, was just that consistency. So yeah, it's good. I don't think he's had any bad games this year. So I think there's a lot to be said for players like that. Like, when there's carnage going on elsewhere, and yeah, like you just need those consistent players to avoid it. I think, even if they're not going to pump out like the odd 150 or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, like a Merritt or a Dunkley, although they've probably had those ceiling games already this year. But I talked about them in pre-season, how they're just, safe as houses for that 110, 115 every week, and you don't have to worry. Roberts was a concern, so I'm not sure, but Bice might have been killing him a bit. Bice would look like the go-to man coming out of defence. He had the kick-ins. Even Blakey I don't think he got any kick-ins, so yeah, that sucked. But I guess you could look at it this way: Roberts didn't get the kick-ins and stuff, and he still got a 77. So it would have been a pretty respectable score with the kick-ins. I don't know. I'm less convinced that he's going to be a top 6 or a keeper now, or top 8. But yeah, I'm not going to get rid of him off one bad game. Or it's not even a bad game; it's just average. We've got to keep in mind what we paid for him. Just while I'm there, I guess I'll discuss Bice on why I didn't get him. This is probably jumping around all over the place, but I'm trying to cover like 2 weeks worth of stuff here. Bice, I just wasn't sold on his scoring. Now, the first week, he was pretty good when he was sub, but we see it often that sub players will come on, they'll run like crazy because everyone else is pretty puffed out by that point, and they score well. And then you'll see a full game from them maybe the following week, and they'll score pretty low because it's an even playing field now. I was worried that would happen again, and it was also that second game there. Bice scored the late goal, which really boosted his score. Now, if you take that away at that time, so this is before this week's game, he was averaging 45 in fantasy. So that really put me off as well, because obviously they don't have to be the same or anything, but you want like good fantasy score as I guess you'd call it like a fullback. It's a good basis for Supercoach scoring, and I did not like the ratio that I was seeing there. So between that and the possible job security issue, which probably doesn't exist now, yeah, I thought I'd pass up on it and go with Moraes instead. So yeah, probably not the right idea in the end. But again, like, you can make an educated guess, and I can live with it because I still think that the logic was there. So Bice will probably come in this week anyway. He's still like 200k, so he's cheap for what he can do. I do worry though that now, given that game, other teams might try and stop him, because he was just running free and doing whatever the hell he wanted. I can't imagine that other more competitive teams are going to allow that week after week. Traynor was really good at 82. I think he got like a 90 or something the week before, so that's going to boost his cash gen big time. Yeah, really good to have a rookie like that on field, considering how cheap he was to begin with. Yeah, the buy obviously for the Essendon players, but they actually put up pretty good scores the week before, I think, as well. So yeah, there should be some pretty good cash gen there. What's their break evens? Minus 51, minus 11, minus 26. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So Trainer, he'll probably stay longer than these two, but yeah, not sure how I'm going to do this with Bice other than if he becomes the flex. I guess while I've mentioned the flex, I should jump around again and talk about that a little bit. So I've seen in the preseason a lot of different theories on how we should use the flex and stuff. So the way I've been using it at this point in the season is basically just as a rookie overflow. So if you look at my defense here, I've got, 5 primos if you count Roberts as one. I mean, they're all averaging over 100, so I guess they are, but I don't want to get rid of any of these 3 right now. So normally I wouldn't be able to fit Bice in because they've still got money to make. But yeah, I'm just using the flex as the rookie overflow, really. So I've had, like last week I had Lindsay in there because I couldn't fit him in my midfield. Yeah, and I think I'll continue using it that way. I think it's the best way if you want to make cash because we got to think of the long term here. Like it's a marathon, not a sprint. I've seen people using heaps and heaps of boosts and stuff. Now, I've used 2, and already I feel like that's possibly too many. But yeah, it's a long season. There's 20 weeks or something to go. I'll get back to the team. So in the midfield, Brayshaw. This is what I picked him for at the start. This kind of game. He wasn't tagged or anything. I think he went 130 last week as well. So yeah, this is finally he's doing, after not quiet, but kind of low by his standard or mediocre first couple of weeks. I think he just got like a 100 or something in both weeks. But yeah, this is far better. This is why I got him. Dawson a 124. So unfortunately, I didn't see the Crom game. It was on at the same time as my own game, and if I had have been able to get through that whole day without hearing the score, I would have come home and watched the replay. But obviously, it's pretty impossible. So I did hear the score and was disappointed with that. I didn't bother watching it, but yeah, I saw the Rankin incident, and I know this is a Supercoach channel, so I try to avoid talking general footy too much, but it wasn't good at all. Like, it just shits me. Like the AFL, they've come out and apologised again, but that's 4 times now that they've come out and apologised over a match deciding decision in basically 40 games. So it's 1 in every 10 games now it's happening to the Crom. So I don't know. It's just really frustrating. I mean, you can go down the road of suggesting that the AFL needs to look after their money pit, like the Suns, but yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, the Suns are going to be a good team this year, and they don't really lose often at home. So I think for the Crom to go up there and only go down by 1 point in an umpire decision, it shows that the Crom actually are pretty serious this year. So yeah, that's good. Now Dawson 124. Gold Coast don't tag, so I guess it's pretty good effort considering, like, especially when they play at home. We've seen that the Gold Coast mids they take all the points and go crazy. But yeah, Rao had a quiet one, so I don't know if he got tagged or anything, but I see that Peatling went nuts, so I can imagine those two may have gone head to head. So someone let me know in the comments, yeah, how that one went if you know, because I don't. Yeah, Chera's a weird one. It kind of feels like first world problems complaining about him, because I shouldn't be. He's averaging 104, and we didn't pay shit all to get him, really, for what he can do. Another one, though, where he has a fast start, and then he kind of trails off. Like, if he's not on 60 at halftime, he's not going to ton. That's just how he is. I don't know why. I don't know if he gets moved late in games or he starts to spend more time on the bench or what it is, but yeah, that's how it is. And I tend to think that 108 average from 2023, that may be the anomaly. If you look at all his other scores from all the other seasons, they're all like, I think they're like high 90s, low hundreds or something like that. So that's, yeah, I think it's an anomaly. But if he can keep going at like a 100 average or whatever, that's fine for what we paid. So like I said, first world problems. I shouldn't be complaining about him too much. No need to get rid of him or anything like that. He's going to keep making money. What's he at? Oh, break even 92. Okay. Didn't really get him to make money, but he's a good stepping stone. To be honest, I don't even know who I'd want in the midfield at the moment because they're kind of all misfiring or they've all got some kind of problem. There's very few that I would want to be touching, so pretty happy to just try and work with the other lines and nail the rookies and let these mid-primos separate themselves from the pack a bit. Oliver 98, so again, same thing. He's not the Oliver of old, obviously, but he's still doing fine, like 100 average. He's in a donkey team. Melbourne is so wrecked, like, they don't have the worst team on paper, but you can just see it out there, like, their attitude it's off. Something's really off from within, and, yeah, I think it's affecting Oliver, Petrarca, all of them, but, and Gawn, but, yeah, Oliver's still a good pick, so what we paid for him, he's doing fine, so can't really complain with 100 average from a guy you paid like 400k for. He's probably going to lose money this week. Who have Melbourne got? Can't even see them. Oh, Essendon. Oh, he might get it then, 109. So, yeah, we'll see. But again, I'm not looking at getting rid of him just yet. But yeah, Callahan on the other hand, maybe start looking at getting rid of him. He's copping tags and not doing a hell of a lot, really. Yeah, I mean, I want to focus on getting rookies off the field, but I don't know how long I can hold this guy because break even 137. He's going to lose money again, which I think is going to actually put him below what he started at. He's already below what he started at. Oh my god. Alright, this isn't good. Yeah, so, God, maybe I'll have to boost to get him out. That's probably stupid, but I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, really disappointing. O'Driscoll obviously got injured, so the low score there. But he's already made 110k, so worst case scenario, he gets traded out and we get 110k, so it's fine. Hopefully it's not a bad injury because he's one of the few that I've been really confident in fielding. Yeah. I don't know if it's a 1 or 2 weeker. I think I'll hold, but anything more than that, he's probably got to go, given that he's made so much already. Ashcroft bounced back. He had that poor, what was it, like a 30 or a 40 the week before. That was disappointing. Like, it was best 18, but I guess everyone has him, so it doesn't matter too much. If he keeps going at like this 70 average, he's probably going to make the 150k, I would say. Yeah, he's already made 63, so yeah, he's doing quite well, I think. I don't think there's that sub risk or anything anymore. Yeah, Moraes was, I guess, kind of disappointing, but again, kind of saved by the best 18, so yeah, he's probably going to be up and down being a wing player. We see it with Davidson as well. All wing players, well, apart from Goulden, I guess, they're like that. It just depends what side it's going down on that day, really. It's kind of good though because Butters coming back in doesn't affect him. He wasn't getting like CBAs and stuff. I saw some people were worried about that he might go out for Butters, but yeah, they're not playing the same role, same position, so that's fine. Happy to hold on to him. I only bought him in this week anyway, but I wouldn't be worried about one score of 43. Like, he's still got low break even there, minus 37, so he's still got plenty of money to make. Who have Port got? They got Hawthorn this week, so, I don't know what Hawthorn give up to wingers, but yeah, it's fine. I probably should get that extension thing where you can work out, like, projected scores and prices and stuff, but I just can't be bothered. Yeah, so Lindsay obviously got injured last week on 9, I think it was. That was annoying because I bought him in. I can't even remember who I got rid of for him. But yeah, I decided to hold because he was just scoring so well, and I think everyone kind of just needs to chill a bit. Like, there's people that are right down in trades already, like they've used maximum amount of trades and stuff. Like I said, there's 20 weeks to go. I think we all need to chill a little bit. Like, it comes back to again, and I think it's not helped, and I'm not having a go at them at all, but a lot of other people on YouTube, like when they do their teams, like they say, if you miss this rookie, like season over, that kind of thing. Like, it's not true. One player is not going to destroy your entire season or stop you. Like, if you want proof, go and watch the guy that won it last year. He had a pretty unorthodox team and stuff. I remember him saying he didn't even have Luke Ryan in his team at any point in the year. And, you know, Ryan for a good probably 3/4 of the year was scoring like we've never seen before. So, yeah, I mean, just get a grip. Like, you don't have to listen to people because they say that kind of stuff. Like, it's not true, honestly. So you can just hold on to guys. You don't need to worry. If you miss a rookie, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Others will present. And like we saw, Moraes, who was the other one? We were told that, Henderson, we were told, well, not told, but a lot of people were saying, they're must-haves. You know, and this isn't just YouTubers, like this is people in general on various pages and chats and things like that. Everyone's saying, they must-have because they've got that low break-even. Well, look at what Henderson dished up this week. Look at what Moraes did. So now they're not really must-haves, are they? Like, you could have easily, if you avoided them, it wasn't going to be the end of the world. So, yeah, that's why I held Nevitt as well, because I think, you know, if he's got plantar fasciitis apparently, but if it was that bad and he wasn't going to be playing for a while, like it says managed here, he wouldn't have been the emergency. Like, they were willing to play him if they had to. So, he's fine to hold, I think. What's his break even? 31. That's alright. I think that's fine. As long as he's not sub or whatever, he should hit that, no worries. He's been pretty impressive, and I know Geelong clearly rate him. They want to play him. Campriali, he's a worry. He's probably got to go, I guess, but don't really want to waste the trade. He's made no money. It's annoying that I picked him, but yeah, I like to pick players that are playing in round one. So yeah, again, the logic was there. You know, he looked like he had pretty good job security and stuff. I didn't predict that Carlton were going to shit the bed either. So, and I guess that's a point I want to make with Chera that I forgot to say. If you remember those videos I did in the pre-season, you know, all those investigation videos and all the different stats and stuff. One of the things with the midfielders was that, like, I reckon 90% of them, they score better in wins. So Carlton will start winning soon. I mean, they should easily win this week, you would think, against West Coast. So Chera's probably going to get a boost just from that alone. So yeah, that's a good thing. But yeah, Campriali, I don't know what to do. He's almost worth at the moment. I don't think he'll like not get another game for the year. He'll come back eventually and be some kind of slow burn. But with the way the rookies are scoring this year, I think there's probably a bit of merit in just keeping him there as a loophole. It's probably going to get you more points in the long run, being able to use a loophole there than trading him out for a player that might not make too much money. So maybe I'm just being optimistic and trying to talk myself around on having held him. But yeah. Now his teammate DeConning, so he's been doing well, but he has been fading out a little bit towards the end of games. And now we know that Pitnet, there's a chance he could come back this week. That's scary, but I think when Pitnet comes in, I don't think there's any point getting rid of him that week. I think DeConning can do alright. Just the form he's in, I think even if he plays forward, he can still score okay. I think they're more looking to bring Pitnet in to kind of give DeConning a break for a week or two rather than keep him in. That's my gut feel. So I think if you could just ride it out with DeConning, he should get another block again by himself. Now, the other reason why this could work, none of the other ruckmen are absolutely setting the world alight. So you got Gawn, who's down. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it is age catching up to him finally, but I think there's more to it. And then you got Cherry, who's now carrying that hamstring problem, whatever it is. He's not scoring like himself. So it's not like if DeConning comes down a little bit, because it's not like he scores pathetically when he's not in the ruck. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get hurt too much just by holding him for a week or two to see what happens. And then there's Darcy Cameron. Now, this is an annoying score because his fantasy score was like a 126, I think. So he got absolutely ratioed here. He couldn't hit a target or whatever. But yeah, he's in really good form. So, 110 average. If you have a look at the other ruckman, like I said, it's not like he's being left behind or anything. I don't think Cherry's outscored him by a hell of a lot, has he? And I paid, 100k less for Cameron than Cherry. So it's worked out okay, even though Cameron's not going absolutely crazy. Not quite scoring where I thought he'd be. I thought somewhere between like 110, 115, hoping for 115. But yeah, this is all right, I think he'll be fine. And then if I have to, I can... he can be a stepping stone straight to a Cherry or whoever I think is going to be the top two at the time. But yeah, I'm in no rush to get rid of him because he's kind of just matching him, so that's fine. Lets me do other things. Yeah, Boyd hasn't played. Kind of a miss there. Could have been, what's his name? Archer Reed, but whatever. It's alright having the loophole there anyway, if you need it for captaincy and stuff like that. So yeah, McRae was the captain. I think that's his lowest score for the year, isn't it? 100. What's he got? Yep, lowest score by 20 points. Just my luck. Port do have a good midfield though, so yeah. He kind of got rescued too. His last 5 or 10 minutes was pretty huge. He was looking like a pretty shit score there for a bit. But yeah, he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. Saints got Giants this week. I reckon he'll be fine. I expect he'll ton up again. He's definitely looking like he's back to prime McRae, which is just awesome to see. Now, yeah, Dilthorpe. I'm so happy with this pick. Like, I had him in my team since the start, like since the team picker opened. And I honestly am a bit shocked that I had the balls to start him, like once lockout, the first lockout came up, that I never took him out. So, but it's paid off. He's averaging 105, so he's essentially tonned in every game. I think he's been a couple of points under in the first two. And I saw a stat saying that since round 21 last year, he's the number one ranked player in the AFL, which is just mind blowing. I never would have guessed that. So yeah, he's basically tonned every game. I've gotten very close to it. When I picked him, I didn't expect that to happen. I know Crow's been kicking some big scores, but yeah, I mean, they lost this week and he still kicked 5, so it's just good when you get a pod, even though like my rank isn't great, like 12,000, it's not bad, but it just feels so good when you get a pod that you picked them early as well, and you can just watch them and you like watching them play and just back them in. It helps that he's from the Crom, obviously, my team, but yeah, really good. Like, it makes you not worry about rank and shit so much, I think, if your pod is doing well. Because at the end of the day, it's, we put a lot of time and stuff into Supercoach, but it's just a game, so yeah. Nah, Thilthorpe's, he's been really good. That's all I can say. I've loved it. And then, yeah, Baz had to come in even after the 81. I saw enough, like, from the game of the 81. If he had been hitting targets, he would have gone, like, 120 easy. So, yeah, you're going to get that with Baz. It's always been a problem with him. He's a bit of an erratic kick and stuff. But, God, he's just everywhere. So, yeah, get the hell in my team. What was he? He was under 400k, I think. He was, like, 380, 390? Yeah, like 389 or something. So, yeah, I'm not worried at all about Horn Francis down to him because, one's averaging 112 and I don't know what Horn Francis is averaging, but he's not going to go 150 every week. So I'm pretty confident Baz is going to outscore him. At the end of the day, it was a choice of someone who I think will be top 6 or top 8 in Baz, top 6 I'd say, and someone who I don't think is going to be top 6. So there you go. Daniel, everyone's got him, 92, perfect, bargain price, all of that. Don't need to say much. Just set and forget, keep doing it. Davidson 54, so again, everyone's got him. They would have all fielded him after last week as well, which was awesome. I loved watching that game. But yeah, it just proves it's got to be on your side on the wing. But this guy's running power is incredible. He kind of just gets everywhere. So, and really good to see a mature age as well. I'm loving him this year. Bice, the other one. Like, just go back to drafting footballers. Seriously, like they do so well. Some guys are late bloomers, obviously, but yeah, it's really good to see. And then Pau Pepper. So not often I say this, but I was happy with him. I had the hard choice to make right before the Port and Saints game. Who was I going to field? Pau Pepper's obviously more erratic. Hall's a bit more consistent. But I went with Pau Pepper because I thought Port were going to win. Don't ask me why. But yeah, it worked out, and it was looking a bit scary there in the first half. But Pau Pepper really pulled away. So, God, for once I actually come out on the right side in the rookie roulette, so that was nice. I worry about Pau Pepper though. He's a slow burn with the money, so he's going to be one of the first to go probably. Like break even at 20, should be alright this week. But God, who's to say he's not going to pull out a 30 or something? If he does, he has to go because I'm not putting up with it. But yeah, Hall, he was alright, 56. He's still making money. Minus 19 break even, so yeah, he's got a lot to make still, I think. And I don't think he's a sub risk or anything like that. Like he's pretty good. I've noticed he's always around the ball, whether he's like actually gets it or not. Like the camera zooms out a bit and he's right there. So yeah, I'm sure it'll click for him and he'll probably have a pretty big game soon. He'll probably ton within the next month, I reckon. Probably a big call, maybe a nuffy call, but I'm backing it in. Stone was disappointing, so he's probably got to go. I think he's done in terms of money making. Break even at 24, he's getting close. He just doesn't look right or like up to the level. I don't even think he's got the same role anymore, so yeah, a bit of a miss there. But you know, he was named round 1 and playing half back, so it was worth the punt. It's alright. And then yeah, Henderson in the flex, so yeah, I bought him in, I think, last week as well. Him and Lindsay. 32, not ideal. Again, this is how those must-have rookies can absolutely bust because, I mean, he's not cooked or anything, but what's it say here? Sorry, the screen's not big enough. He's got a break even of 29 now, so he could be cooked if he gets a bad score this week. He could even be sub. He could get dropped. I don't know. Yeah, not good, but that is the team. So I'm actually happy with the team, like where it's sitting. Most of the players are still making good money. I've gotten rid of those who were bleeding heaps of money, like Horn Francis and Perryman the week before. You'll notice he's gone. So yeah, I think going up to Whitfield was a good thing. And then how much have I got? Got 71,000 for this week. So I think if I can make it happen, hopefully I'll get Bice in, and then who's getting traded in? Clay Hall's popular. I don't trust his job security. West Coast are a bit of a revolving door, but yeah, hopefully Bice. I don't like Dudley's role. He's got sub written all over him. Travalia, I can't trust. Ross. Probably Sandy Brock is the one. The only problem is him and Bice are both defenders, so that was Brock's first game though, so he doesn't have to come in this week. We get another week on him. I don't know. It'll be Bice and someone else. I think Marich, that ship has sailed. That was frustrating watching him. I swear that he was overscored. Like, in the first quarter, he just got a ton of kick-ins. And I don't know how the scaling algorithm works, but it's almost like from there on, for the rest of the game, even when he was on the bench, his price would just keep... his score would just keep ticking up, like 1 point here, 1 point there. And for what? Like, what did those kick-ins? They had no impact on the game at the start. I thought the Supercoach was more geared towards competitive ball and actual impact and stuff, but apparently not. So yeah, it was frustrating to watch, but it was alright that he ended on like an 88 or something rather than tunning. I don't know, I'm still not absolutely convinced on him. Maybe that's wishful thinking because I don't own him, but I feel like that could change at any second. If he loses the kick-ins, the pick is dead because he doesn't get much else other than that. And yeah, there might be weeks where he's got to play tight lockdown because West Coast have a small defence with McGovern out. So yeah, wait and see. I mean, everyone was saying Humphrey is free, he's a must-have and stuff this week. Well, look how that turned out. So I don't know. These things they can blow up real quick. All I'm saying is just have patience. Like it's a long game, and yeah, these guys might burn for a couple of weeks, but you know, the top players are the top players for a reason. So yeah, I don't know. The whole like Supercoach philosophy this year, it's being tested. Like I know the guy that won it last year, it was all about the mid prices and heaps of aggressive trading and stuff like that. But this year, the guns and rookies approach has looked really good. So I don't know, it must be a year-to-year proposition, but let me know what you think on all of it. But I'm happy with my team and where it's headed. As I said, it's been upward trajectory through the best 18 rounds, and it's hard to gain ground there, and I have been. So yeah, hopefully I can break free this week, and hopefully I can get a trade video out. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, because I haven't heard from anyone. I had those comment interactions for a couple of weeks. I miss it. It's good. But yeah, hopefully your team's doing well, and yeah, let me know what you're thinking with your trades and stuff. Hopefully I'll see you in the trade video later in the week. Cheers.